We're right along the side of Interstate 49 right now. This is just after the Weddington exit in Fayetteville. I want to give you guys a closer look at what we're seeing here. And this is one of the targets of the suspect's crime spree. Now I'm going to take you around the corner here. And if you can see this black tarp, it's covering where a window unit once was. The building owner tells me the suspect was able to pry that off of the window there and get inside of the building and ransack the entire place. Guys, I'm right off the edge of the square right now. I'm going to give you guys a closer look. A police unit just came through here, and over the intercom, they said this is no longer a lawful assembly. Leave the square now or you will be arrested. As the number of coronavirus cases continue to rise across Arkansas, a statewide mask mandate takes effect tomorrow. I just stepped out of a meeting with emergency managers and officials here in Benton County, giving us the latest details on last night's storm and what this cleanup process is going to look like. Part of it has to do with this piece of paper right here. If you're coming from Cave Springs, right here is as far as you can get at this point in time. But take a look at this. Drivers, thousands of them, have been filing down this dirt road right here, following each other blindly, eventually ending up at the airport. And again, this sign was put up just earlier today, and these protesters tell me they're going to stay out here until it's taken down. Not one, not two, but three of this family's vehicles all crushed at the same time by the same tree just the other night during that storm. You can see a protester there going up to those officers and shaking their hand. As I said earlier, this was meant to be a peaceful protest. It took a little bit of a different turn. Fort Smith police are releasing new information today about a suspect that's still on the run after a stabbing that happened on Friday night. Breaking news tonight: after a more than 24-hour search, crews recovered the body of a man who drowned in the Arkansas River. President Trump says the next 48 hours are going to be crucial in his battle with the coronavirus, and his doctors say they are cautiously optimistic. A man was shot and killed inside his home in Fayetteville this weekend after arriving to find his roommate held at gunpoint by an intruder. That intruder was Travis Trustin, who is now behind bars on multiple charges, including capital murder. She has 12 kids, 29 grandkids, 42 great-grandchildren, and one great-great-grandbaby. Wow, I cannot imagine what their family reunions look like, just with her family alone. Toppling trees in the Bahamas and hammering Puerto Rico and parts of the Dominican Republic, where thousands are still without power. Now, Dax, you can see the devastation happening there, and then now it's going along the East Coast. But here in our area, we're not really feeling any of the effects from Isaias, are we? The weather's good, your spirits are down, but as a Hog fan, you always have to know what to say after a loss, because it happens a lot, unfortunately. And I'll give you this line: there's always next year.
Oh, well.
Unrest here on Main Street today. All over this sign you see here. Some standing in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, and others opposed to it, saying this sign has no place here in Clarksville. A town divided. All over a sign hanging across Main Street.
Because that sign is a magnet for trouble.
The sign reading Black Lives Matter rally September 4th through 7th, bringing protesters and supporters to either side of the street in Clarksville. It went up Friday morning, and within hours, its presence led to a heated conversation on social media.
This wasn't here yesterday. This wasn't going on yesterday. There's no reason for this division. Everybody knows that we shouldn't specify one certain one and then call other people racist when we do.
During today's protest over the sign, people blocked the road and tensions rose. This man, 70-year-old Stephen Williams, threw a punch that landed him in handcuffs. He's charged with disorderly conduct. Supporters of the sign say they disagree with the push to take it down.
Everything in me says, you can't say that all lives matter and then that sign upset you.
Differing opinions coming from either side of Main Street.
All lives matter, and that's what should be hanging there, not black lives, because all lives matter.
I believe that all lives have value. Absolutely. I want all lives to matter, but until Black Lives Matter, all lives can't matter.
Protesters I spoke to today say they will continue to hold signs and raise their voices until the banner comes down. Supporters say they plan to attend the Black Lives Matter protest the sign promotes in September.
Did you pick out a tree today?
Yeah. And I got a little
get the biggest one I ever seen.
This little guy wasn't the only one searching for the perfect tree on Lawless Farm this Thanksgiving.
We've had more people pick them up today and take them home because I think COVID has affected everybody's tradition a little bit.
This year, the owners tell me they've seen a larger turnout with COVID-19 keeping the family gathering smaller, meaning less time spent in the kitchen cooking and more time to come pick out a Christmas tree. The Lawless family has been in this business for more than 3 decades, making Thanksgiving on the farm their own tradition.
My dad started it, then my sister and I have helped out, and her children, and now her children's children.
They've been around so long, one Northwest Arkansas dad tells me the tradition to visit Lawless Farm started when he was a kid, and now he's sharing that tradition with his own family.
When I was a kid, when I first moved to Arkansas from Los Angeles, I actually moved with my grandparents on this main road just a few houses down, and used to come up here every Thanksgiving when we were kids after our Thanksgiving meal at my grandparents' place. We would always pick out a tree.
This Christmas tree farm is home to over 9,000 Christmas trees, and the Hubbard family tells me finding that perfect one out of 9,000 is a memory they hope their family will never forget.
It's just a great way to make family memories, and I think this is something that they will never forget getting to do as a family.